Welcome to week 8. We are on module 8 this week. I cannot believe it. We are halfway through the course. We are going so quickly. You all are doing a wonderful job. So I want to go ahead and dive into week 8, which we will be covering chapter 8 in our textbook. So I will go under and click under our instructions where this video will be implanted. Couple of things I want to make sure that you are looking at and for within chapter 8 of our textbook, and that is time sampling. So you'll be able to describe the process and uses of time sampling for recording children's activity and free choice time. This is important because we'll be utilizing this in our next observation. You'll also be able to explain the connections between brain functions and approaches to learning, as well as discussing the role of play in learning. Very important. You'll be able to give examples of cognitive development related to Piaget. You'll also be able to explain Vygotsky's philosophy of the role of the teacher in scaffolding learning. Something that's very important that we have to do as educators is scaffold the child's learning. You'll also be able to differentiate between various cognitive abilities as they relate to attention span. And that is something you want to focus on because that is what our discussion is about this week. So the SLO that we'll be addressing in week 8 is to be able to describe and evaluate the characteristics, strengths, limitations, and applications of contemporary observation and assessment tools, which is that time sampling and some other theories that we'll be going over in this chapter in the textbook. So to be successful in this week's module, you are going to want to read chapter 8. Again, you'll have to want to go over the chapter video. There's only one, I believe, this week, and also the PowerPoints that I'm giving you. You want to complete the quiz by Friday, October 16th. You want to complete the attention span discussion board. I'm going to go into that in a moment, a little more in detail. Again, by now, we're halfway through the course. As you know, by Wednesday, I need that first thread, that first post from you, your original post, and then by Friday, 2 peer posts, not one, but 2. So I open this up today, which is Saturday. You have from Saturday to Wednesday. I would suggest do it earlier than later, and then you can get on the completing the peer post after, okay? Again, they have to be on separate days. All 3 have to be on separate days. So again, the quiz is by the 16th. The discussion board is the first one by Wednesday, 2 by Friday, which again is the 16th. This week, we're also going to complete a midterm that is due by the 16th, and it's worth 75 points. I have given you in last week's module a study guide to go over, key terms and so forth that you want to go over, and I did hit every single key term that's on there. So if you make some notes on your study guide, you'll be able to use that for your actual midterm. Unlike the quizzes, I give you 2 opportunities to complete your quiz. You're only giving 1 opportunity for your midterm. Take good notes, have your book ready, and you'll be ready to go. The midterm is covers chapters 1 through 7. Okay, if you have any questions on that, please feel free to email me. Again, that is worth 75 points. This is a hectic week. This is a lot going on this week. You'll also have to complete your peer review for observation 2. Now that is due by the 16th, which is again the same date that all your other assignments this week is due, which is Friday the 16th. Now, we went over in detail the observation this last Wednesday, so hopefully you had all your questions answered by that recording. That meeting, I should say. But again, the peer review is due the 16th and the actual paper is due the 24th. So you have some time to look over your peer review and make those changes. And then again, you're going to want to continue to work on that observation, especially once you get your peer review back. And it's due at 10/24. Now, only a few of you had an issue on the peer review, meaning that the paper that you received was not complete. You want to complete, it could be a rough draft, but you want to complete every single section so your peer reviewer will be able to have something to look over and to give you some pointers on, indicating off of the rubric what was missing and what you need to improve upon, and so forth. So you want to make sure that is pretty complete before you submit it. Again, the more eyes that look at it, the more corrections that you'll be able to make prior to the due date of the 24th. With that, I want to pop into your discussion this week. Again, it's covering attention span. And it states, explain how the classroom setup influences children's attention span. You want to be sure to include each center within the classroom. Those centers are writing, science, housekeeping, dramatic play, listening, blocks, reading, music, and art. Okay, you want to make sure to include all of those on explain how the classroom setup influences children's attention span. Again, make sure to include all of these centers. Now, in chapter 8, on page 206 through 208, it gives you, it's 8.1, it gives you some factors that influence a children's attention span, but you also go on to, the whole chapter kind of covers it. So you want to make sure to read through the chapter, obviously, prior to answering your original thread this week in your discussion. That is it for the week. I know it's a lot. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. But again, Friday the 16th, you've got a quiz that's due. You've got the discussion board due. You've got your midterm due. You've got a peer review due, and you're working on your observation too. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Stay safe. Make sure you wear your mask everywhere you go. Wash your hands lots and lots. Looking forward to talking to you real soon and reading over your observations soon. Have a great week. Again, if you need me, I'm here for you. Take care.